Good morning. Welcome to your Wednesday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to get your day off to a good start, give you some things to think about. So we'll give it a minute or two here as people find me and pop on, but let's start as we usually do. Good morning, Peggy. Glad you are here. Welcome. You're the first one popping on. Let's do some breathing. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Letting your shoulders drop in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just settling into right here, right now. I have a couple others have popped on. Good morning, Mel. Welcome. Glad you're here. Whoever else is here, your name's not popping up, but I'm glad you're here. So welcome. Just doing some nice deep breaths just to settle into the present moment. Good morning, Cindy. Welcome, welcome. And Janine, awesome. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's just tap on our chest a little bit, waking everything up. Breath in and out. And tapping the crown of your head, waking up that brain ears. Good morning, Gwen. Breathing in, breathing out. All right, ready to go. Warming up our hands. So, we actually have the same card deck as yesterday. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Glad you're here. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. And my counter is way off. It only says 3 of you, and I know I've said hi to at least 6 or 7 of you. So their counter's having issues. So we have the original Angel Cards deck. And again, being lazy, I decided I was just going to open the book to a page instead of mess with all the little cards. And interestingly, it opened not to the card section, but to an exercise that you can do with the cards. So what I'd like to do for today is read through the exercise with you, and you can either do this with a set of cards that you have or just trusting whatever comes to you as you go. So this is called, for those of you who have the card deck, it's page 126 in the book, and it's called Nature Walk Journal for use with a nature walk meditation. And so, good morning, Beth. Welcome. Glad you're here. So this is a good practice to use when you're feeling some sense of being off kilter, something's not quite right, you can't put your finger on it, you're feeling a sense of disconnect or separateness or something along that line. This is a good process for that particular circumstance when you're feeling that way. So the first thing that you do, you're going to be journaling, all right? First thing that you do is describe a situation in which you feel separateness. So you might be saying, okay, I'm getting started this morning. I'm not feeling really connected with myself. Something's off. I don't know what it is. Just kind of describe the situation. Second thing is pose a question about that situation. It could be as broad as what's going on here, or it could be something more specific. Excuse me, gotta grab a drink. Like, I know this is about work and the meeting we're going to have today. What do I need to know about this? So you're posing a question, kind of like posing the question to the universe, as we tend to do. But in this case, now what you're going to do is you're going to utilize a card deck. So you're going to shuffle, you're setting your intention that whatever comes to you from the cards that you pull is going to guide you with regard to this situation that you're working on. So in this process, you're going to pull 2 cards. The first card represents what is missing in the situation, like how this separateness occurred in the first place. So that's what the first card is going to lead you to understand. And then the second card supports understanding and reconnection of the flow of the situation. So the second card is like your solution, your guidance. What am I going to do to address this? All right. Then there's a couple more things. Next question is, what does nature answer? So if this is your guidance and you're tuning in, what is the answer you're receiving? So those two cards will provide the guidance. And again, if you're doing this as a nature walk, that's what it's intended to be, is a nature walk. What is nature responding as you're working this process, okay? And then the last section is insights and understandings. So I'm going to go to page 98 because that's where the nature walk meditation is. And what I want to do is just read through it with you. And let's just kind of practice it in your mind's eye, because I want you to soak this up, not just on the intellectual level, oh, this is what I'm doing, but also on that heart and soul level where you're really going to feel into what you're doing. So, nature walk meditation. Life is not made up of separate events, but of flows and cycles. You can use the nature walk meditation when you feel out of sync with life around you. The angels can support you by getting in touch with a rhythm of nature and the natural unfoldment of a greater plan or a bigger picture. Begin by reflecting on a feeling of separateness that occurred as a result of an experience you had. Perhaps you were disempowered in some way, or you did not understand what part you played in creating a feeling of separation. Where is your energy stuck? That would be a great question to then do with a body scan, right? So scan your body from head to toe. What do you notice in terms of areas that feel heavy, dense, dark, stuck, whatever? Okay? Where do your thoughts keep returning? So if you've kind of got an endless loop going in your head, the chatter, where does it keep going? What's it pulling you toward? Okay? Formulate a question and phrase it in such a way that an answer can bring movement to the situation. For example, what attitude or perception do I need to shift to restore a feeling of harmony? Isn't that a lovely question? Cindy, if you got a moment, if you want to put that in our feed, that would be awesome. What attitude or perception do I need to shift to restore a feeling of harmony? Love that. That's a beautiful question. Once you have written your answer down, or your question down, spread your angel cards out in a pattern in front of you. You will be choosing 2 angel cards. The first angel card will assist you in realizing what is missing in the situation and how you became separate. It could be a thought process. Who knows? The second angel will support you in merging with the flow of the deeper process that is unfolding now. Thank you, Cindy. Greatly appreciated. Take a moment to welcome the presence of the angels and bring your question to mind. When you feel ready, invite your first angel card to bring you insight into how the separateness happened. Then choose the second angel to deepen your understanding of the unfolding process. And again, if you don't have this specific deck, don't worry about it. Set the intention that whatever deck you have is going to provide the answers. You could even use a book. So I might grab my Outrageous Openness by Tosha Silver, hold it in my hands, pose that first question, open the book to a page. See what jumps at me, okay? There's many, many ways to do this stuff, okay? Now, immediately go on a nature walk outside for a minimum of 10 minutes. If you're in a city or urban area, the process is the same. The important part is that you go outside into the world. It is a silent expedition unless you meet someone who speaks to you first. Whatever captures your attention is part of your message in some way, even if it is a street sign or other object. Good morning, Jonille. Glad you are here. Welcome. And again, that kind of fits with my next 3 things approach. We like our trolls. That's awesome. Welcome, welcome. Speaking of the bridge, I'm going to do a little segue here. Was on an amazing call last night by Oil and Water Don't Mix, an advocacy group for the Great Lakes, and they're working to get Enbridge, which is a Canadian fuel company, to cease using their Line 5, which is a dual pipeline underneath the Straits of Mackinac in the Great Lakes that is way beyond it was built in the 50s. It's way beyond its lifespan. They have been issued an evacuation order by the governor of Michigan, and they're blowing her off. They're continuing to pump. They don't care. They're not responding. So Oil and Water Don't Mix was having a showing, good morning Abigail, glad you're here, of a new video that they've created. And when it is available for us to share, I'm certainly going to post it on my pages, etc., and hopefully you can take a look at it. But it really spells out this dire situation that is occurring and most directly affects Wisconsin and Michigan, but really affects anything that's bordering the Great Lakes and anybody who drinks water. Might that be you? Since the Great Lakes account for 21% of the world's fresh drinking water. Okay? So, in that regard, kind of keep that in your mind. I'm going to see what I can do to get some information out there, because far too many people have no idea that this is even going on. So we certainly need to bring that up. But where I was going with that was my next 3 things idea. And what that is when you have something you're stewing about and you can't figure it out, throw it out to the universe. Okay, here's my question. What am I supposed to do about blah, whatever it is? Then you go and pay attention to the next 3 things that grab your attention. Could be a song on the radio, could be a billboard, could be something someone says in passing, whatever it is. There's guidance there, okay? So that's kind of what this is suggesting also. Whatever captures your attention is part of your message in some way, even if it is a street sign or other object. The idea is that all that takes place is part of the answer and will reconnect you with the flow. Stay open and let the nature world speak to you. As you walk, begin to connect with your first angel and reflect on how the separateness occurred. What was the learning in this situation for you? Let the angels show you the complete picture. For example, if you chose the angel of honesty, where did the truth get covered up? Or if you chose the angel of peace, what agitated you? Remember, each angel holds the complete spectrum of the quality, including its opposite, okay? When you've completed the first part, invite your second angel to be present. Allow your focus to soften, relax your mind and your eyes. Take a few deeper breaths. That, of course, pleases me, right? And open gently to the world around you. Walk for a few minutes, taking in nature. Feel the harmlessness of the birds and the trees and the rhythm of life from their point of view. Then bring your angel into your heart and merge with the quality. As you do, begin to look out through your eyes through that particular quality. So it might be peace, it might be joy, it might be honesty, whatever it is. Note your thoughts and insights. Let your attention be drawn to a point of activity in front of you and recall your question. What does nature answer? Breathe and believe. Beautiful. Yes. What is the deeper rhythm that is seeking to emerge, and how can you best flow with it? When you're finished, take time to journal your experience. As you write, stay open to additional insights and understandings. Give thanks to the angels for their support and release them with gratitude. So that's a cool little activity that hopefully you can take some time today to do. Doesn't have to be more than 10 minutes. No worries. If your day is absolutely out of control and you're not going to have time to do that, do it in your mind. Again, your mind does not know the difference between reality, actually taking that walk, and fantasy, doing it in your mind. Obviously, doing the actual walk is probably more beneficial, both from an immersion standpoint and a physical standpoint. But if what you can do is do it in your mind, so be it. Go with the flow. Yes, exactly. And there's a reason we have those kinds of statements, right? That it's guiding us to get more connected, to be more present, to really listen to the answers that are right there, ready to help us, ready to support us. So that is our card for today, Nature Walk Meditation. I hope you enjoyed it. You might want to go back and listen a couple of times just to capture some pieces that maybe went a little too fast for you. But I'd love to hear what you glean from your nature walk today and the guidance of the angels. Have an awesome Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.